Groovy Eggs Farm. I am Jeff. Today is Saturday. It rained this morning, rained all last night. We got no big downpours, but it was probably 3-4 inches from what I could tell. So yeah, big rain. I'm headed up to the new place, but before I headed up there, I had a little help to do this morning. Gave Dogman a helping hand with his puppies. So let's take a look at that footage. She's being quiet now. No, there she goes. Rooster is the new lead barker.
We're shutting Rooster's window.
Oh yeah?
Because that's where I'm...
So, yeah, she's the new she's the barker of the mafia.
Put Rooster in the bathroom. Then she'll really bark.
That's no fun for Rooster.
As soon as I let her out, boom, down the road she went. She's back here now. But,
they do things.
Only do so much for them, you know.
Are the puppies ready for a big day?
Yeah, they're going to have one.
We're going to give the puppies a big day.
You little turd slingers.
Go check out Dogman. See more.
Dirty nose, always dirty nose. See what I had to deal with in the house? They get fired up.
All right, we're done. I helped you with a little project. What were we doing?
Getting the puppies out of the screen patio that I've yet to enjoy because we got puppies and the mama's fixed now, but we were taking the puppies out of there, giving them the 5-in-1 vaccination, warming them, and relocating them to the outdoor kennel.
Yep.
And then now I'm going to take this kennel apart, add it to that one, so they'll have a big play area, and hopefully in about 3 weeks, they're out of here. They're going on a transport to Minnesota to foster homes.
Unless one of you want them.
There you go.
If anybody's interested in a nice little puppy. Yeah, they are. They got their vaccination, so they had to get a shot behind the back of their head.
Yep.
And then the wormer, you just squirt that into their mouth.
Yep.
And that's always easier when you got somebody else to hold them down. Only one of them gave us trouble.
Yeah. I don't know which one that was. I'll have to watch my video. You guys can watch it too.
Yeah, but the other ones were good. So it went smooth. They got their vaccinations. They got their shots, and we're done.
Yep.
And they got moved to their new living quarters.
And they're up to something because I don't hear nothing.
Yeah. What are they up to? Go watch Dogman's channel for more of this.
There you go.
Yeah, so we knocked that out this morning. That didn't take too long. They got their shots and they got a dewormer and they got moved to their new puppy crib. And then he's going to work on the rest of that today. So go check out Dogman's channel. A link will be down below, and you'll catch all the action over there. So that was this morning. Then I had some more chicken duties, and now I'm headed up to the old place. I was supposed to go up yesterday. I tried to. What happened was I stopped off at the 41.36. And I was bringing an incubator to Anthony and Roxanne at Country Road Cure. They have 7 broody hens sitting on eggs, and they're probably less than a week away from the first baby chick starting to hatch. So I've got an incubator that's not in use right now, one of those styrofoam ones, and I brought it over for them just in case. So you know, they're in uncharted territory because I've never experienced 7 at the same time. Oh, it's so cute. You open up the nest box lid, and then he's got 5 nest boxes where they're all full. One of the nest boxes has 2 broody hens in it, and then another hen just picked out a corner of the coop and went broody in that corner and is sitting on eggs. they probably got, they said there's at least a dozen eggs under each one of those hens, and probably more. So they probably got close to 100 eggs. And yeah, so I went over there, let them borrow an incubator. I ended up staying all day and yapping about everything, because you get me talking about chickens for one thing. And so yeah, you're gonna want to watch Country Road Cure for the broody hen saga. I'm anxious to see how that all works out. And then I went over and visited with Gary and Mel from Simple Life Reclaimed, and I ended up not even going to my property. I got a late start anyway, and then it got late, and so I didn't even go by my property. But that's all right, because I made a lot of progress on my property yesterday without even going there. And that's because Country Road Cure and Simple Life Reclaimed have just gone through a lot of the stuff I'm going to be going through coming up. So it was great. I was picking their brain for hours. You know, Anthony and Roxanne, they've got a porch and then a side utility room that they build on their deck, and that's something I'm going to want to do. They ran their own electricity and had it, so I got some great ideas from them on that. Their septic system, you know, I got the hookup on who to call and how much that's going to be, and just all kinds of stuff, you know, how to tie in porch roof with shed roof. And yeah, just hours of picking their brain about all this stuff. And then they went and did their live show, and then I went over and talked with Gary and Mel at Simple Life Reclaimed, and again I was picking their brain for a couple hours. You know, they did multiple outdoor water spigots. You know, you're running the water lines, might as well dream it now. And so they've got 4 extra outdoor water spigots. You know, that was a good idea. Splitting their electric. They know they're going to need electric at their garage. So, you know, they planned ahead for that when they had their electric put in. That's something that I'm going to have to think about. And then they're starting out on their garden, and I got to take a look at their chickens and hear about, you know, their dreams for the gardens and chickens, and I got to pick their brain for, you know, a lot of the stuff I'm about to go through. So thanks so much to both the channels at the 41.36 for taking me under your wing a little bit yesterday and sharing some of your recent experience and knowledge. And I really appreciate that. So links to both of their channels down below in case you haven't seen them. But I'm headed to my new place right now. It takes me about an hour from my current home to the new place. That's not too bad. Depends on if you're getting behind somebody going 55 or not. And so about an hour. My new place is about 15 minutes away from the 41.36. I got to time that out yesterday. And I'm only about 10 minutes outside of Boonville. Man, that location just, I'm very, very happy about the location and the land, and we're gonna get there today. I didn't make it there yesterday, but I knew we had some big rains coming last night. So that was one of the things, is I want to see this property after some big rains. Maybe give me some ideas on, you know, where the water goes and how long it, you know, sticks around. And so I'm gonna head up there tonight. Right now, I'll be there in about a half an hour, and I'm gonna do some dreaming and bring you along. We'll see. You know, I still don't know where the driveway and where the shed to house is gonna go, so I got to do some dreaming and some walking around, and I'll see you there in a minute. I have made it to the 6.87. There's a orange ground marker there under this sign. And I am standing at the southwest corner, and my property line goes in that direction. And there's the dead end gravel road. Nice little hill right there, some power lines going up it. So that's where the water would be coming from. During the rains, you know, water goes downhill, and my property is definitely downhill from that. But it's not a 2,000-foot mountain, so there's not a ton of water coming down, just a little bit on the side of this hill. So yeah, everything looks good. That's the first thing I was looking at. Is I don't know how much rain they got here. I know we got probably 4 inches down at my place, but you know, this is 20 some miles away as the crow flies. So it might have been completely different here. Some puddles sitting around and not too much. So yeah, I'm at the southwest corner and now we're looking down the drive to the northwest corner. And all right, the first dreaming I want to do today is, where do we put a driveway? And I was interested in, am I going to need a culvert on the driveway? You know, so I wanted to check it out after a rain. Doesn't look too bad. I think I can start off without a culvert right here in this direction. And you know, level that out, bring in my own gravel, and then go right between those trees. Giving those trees some thought. This little group, there's like 5 small trees. 1 oak is nice, but I think eventually those are low on the priority list, but those can come out, and then this group of trees can come out also. Those are mostly pines. And they're close to the power lines. They're gonna have to be trimmed all the time anyway. And if they did fall, they'd fall right on the power line. So I'm thinking these 2 groups of trees will end up not sticking around. But yeah, this seems like the most logical place to put a driveway. I think I can get away without a culvert for now. Yeah. And you know, the 330 feet, I can make like somebody's coming. I can make a circle drive, half circle drive. That neighbor threw me off. Yeah, so the driveway up there, it would go in between that group of trees. And yeah, circle drive, maybe someday. It would be low on the priority list. But as you can see, if I did a circle drive and it came out down here, this area would definitely need a culvert. We got some water flowage from the rains. And so if this were like an exit, or this was the entrance and the other one was the exit, I would need a culvert down here to connect to the road. But yeah, not a lot of water, but it is streaming from a rain, so that will be that will always be the case. Right about here is the entrance for the driveway. I could put a circle and come out down there eventually, but going underneath these electric lines will be a good place for a driveway because you can't build anything. However, looks like we've got a muddy spot right here, so that's some low ground. And if you're putting a driveway through low muddy ground, well, you got a muddy mess even if you put rocks in there. So that's something that a forestry mulcher can't do for you that a bulldozer can, and that is to move some earth around and get you a driveway that is above marsh water levels. I'm gonna walk around this marsh. This may change my mind on where the driveway goes. See, that's why I needed to come out here and take a look after a rain. Still some standing water here, a little bit of a stream coming through there. So yeah, I might not need a culvert at the road there, but I might need a culvert on the driveway right here. Now it gets to a little bit higher, drier ground up here underneath the electrical lines. I don't know if those show up on the GoPro. So yeah, and then we got to decide, where is the driveway going to enter into the jungle? Yeah. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I think I'm gonna need a culvert at some point for a driveway. I might get away with it without one for a little while, but eventually there's just there's water running through here, and so that's always smart. You know, this ground, since I'm thinking about doing a culvert anyway, this might be the best area to bring a driveway in. We are high and dry up here. Get rid of this brush, and then just go ahead and put a culvert in. That tree would need to come out. Yeah, put a culvert in there at the road, and that might be the smartest thing to do right off the bat. Just build the driveway in this area where it's high and dry, and clean up that, and that's where the driveway would enter into the property. And that is almost the halfway point. That's almost smack dab in the middle of the property. So then if I just go straight back from there and put my shed to house, yeah, I'm dreaming right now. Let's walk on down to the northwest side of the property. This is the low point where it, little creek running through there. The road's to my left. The power lines are to my right. And there you go. There's the culvert and a little creek running through there. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. And I have not explored the northern section. I haven't done, it's pretty thick to get back in there. But I'm gonna try that today, is explore a little bit more of the property, and we'll start dreaming about maybe where's a good place for the driveway to end up at my shed house. Oh yeah, a lot of thorns in here. Are these blackberries? I think these might be blackberries. Yep. Free food, but they're pain. Yeah, they're a pain. I was looking for a way to maybe get in there, and I thought maybe down here. But no, it's just more thick, thorny bushes. So maybe from the interior. I know there's kind of a path up there that I've walked before, and I'm gonna head back up there and then see if we can explore this from the backside somehow. Look at that, the sun came out, and I've got a little creek flowing through here. I am towards the north side of the property. Yeah, and so I'm gonna just follow this towards the east and see where it ends up. I'm thinking this might be the creek that goes under the road right before you get to my property. I'm wondering if this might be an extension of that. I don't know how far north I am, but I am out here exploring today, and I do not want to build or put my shed to house right here where this creek goes. I do know that, but that little high patch there, I don't know exactly where on my property this high patch is. That would be interesting, and then have a little creek right next to it when it rains. I don't know, that has potential, but I am gonna follow this little creek and see if I can't find the eastern border of my property. Well, looky there, we got a tiny little bobblehead waterfall. All right, look at this. I'm not sure this is on my property, but I think it could be. I do think it could be. I'm looking for the eastern border right now, and I might have problems finding it if this is on my property. I'm gonna have to get across there. But yeah, I came from, go around slow. I came from that direction. And this is a nice high dry spot, kind of a drop off to the creek back here. That would be all right for my gray water runoff out of the shed house. So if, yeah, this might not be a bad spot for a shed house. This is, I don't know how close to the back of the property it is, but I can see through the, yeah, I can already see another property over there. And so I think I'm probably close to the back of the property. This is exciting stuff. I'm gonna head in this direction now. All right, I can see my closest neighbors there, so I think I'm close to the end of the east end of my property. And look at this. Look at this. We got a little path going here. That's interesting. We're gonna walk the path. If my calculations are right, sorry. Yeah, that camper there, and then I'd probably say now we are looking west. And so my guess is my property line is about where I'm standing. And yeah, so this might be the back, this little road here might be the back of my property, or it might be part of my property. But we're gonna walk up this little road, see where it goes. Oh yeah. Well, that might be hard to walk across. That's always where you get a pond, is right in the middle of a road. No, that's just a pool right there. I got a feeling that this, over in this direction and back down to here, it's part of my property. This is probably an old, this was an old farm. So they, this was probably here before they split it off into different properties. All right, let me see if I can get over this puddle. All right, I made it to the other side of the puddle. I had to trailblaze my way through some stickers, but we got there. Yeah. So now I'm gonna go up this road and see where I'm at on my property, or who knows? Who knows? I think this little path, I wouldn't call it a road, it's a path. There's a pond, not on my property, but I think at the southeast corner on somebody else's property. So if I find that pond, then I'll have my bearings on where I'm at. But I hope this little path is on my place. That might make things easier. It does look like it's used once in a while, not heavily, but enough to keep, you know, there's some tire tracks and stuff. Another puddle in this direction. Well, we've got a Y in the road, and this has been traveled recently. So let's walk down here, see what it is. My guess is this would be the pond that is somebody else's property. I apologize if I'm trespassing. I don't know my property borders yet. That's why I'm out here. Oh, yeah, okay. I think this clearing is still on my property. Dudes. Interesting. Very interesting. And here we have a patch of Mullen cowboy toilet paper. Yeah. And yeah, nice big patch of Mullen. That can be beneficial. Okay, I found a spot and I think I got my bearings. And this should be, I'm standing right about my southern southern property line, and this path that I walked up, yeah, I think that's definitely on my property, and that clearing that we just looked at is definitely on my property. So yeah, I'm on the south, so now we're looking to the east. I don't know how far my property goes in that direction. Probably not very far, but I know from here it probably goes about 330 feet in that direction. And then in this direction to the west, that's where the road driveway where I'm parked at. So I'm gonna try to cut across and do some jungle exploring and see if I can't make it back to the west side of the property. All right, I've been wandering around aimlessly for the past couple hours. I've got to sit down and take a little break. What time is it? It's a little after 4 o'clock. So I got time left, but I'm going to take a little break and do some more dreaming. I think, pondering back, there was a little creek, and then I was looking up to the back of that camper. I think that was the northern boundary, and it was that was not the eastern boundary. My property went further to the east from there. So I'd have to get on the other side of that creek, I think. And then that clearing back there, I'm pretty sure that is my clearing. Yeah. But how far away is that clearing from the water and the electric? That, and how could I get a shed to house back there? That's almost enough clearing to get me going. I just have to clear the pathway, and yeah, electrical wire is not cheap these days. I don't know if they'd run poles back there. I have no idea. I'm still in the dreaming stage. But yeah, I got lost. I ended up on the there's one more lot to the south of me, towards the dead end road, and that's where I ended up coming out at, was on that other lot. So I'm not exactly sure where I was, except a few points. And I'm tired and I need a nap. So I'm going to turn this off, and then we'll join you if I get a burst of energy and go exploring again. I've got that crooked tree over there as a landmark, but right where the sun is coming through, I'm thinking that'll be the area for the shed house. Starting there in the brush, and it's 12 foot by 40 feet, so going over into there. Quite a few big pine trees will need to come out, and that's all right. And the rest of this stuff is all little. And then behind the crooked tree, it's not that far to the ravine back there. So I can run my gray water, and I can also divert any water in this area to the ravine. And then this slopes down a little bit. There is some water runoff in this area, but nothing that my chickens can't handle. So, and this is all thin stuff that forestry mulcher would wipe out really quick. So, you know, one day with the forestry mulcher, if I can get an acre, I think that's going to be worth it to get me going fast. And then we'll have to deal with these big pine trees coming down and the driveway. It's 5 o'clock and I am done exploring. Yeah, I took my legs further than I needed to today. Totally worth it. I found the most practical spot to put my shed to house. And then I found the dream spot to put the shed to house, all the way back there in that clearing. And well, you know, maybe I can keep that dream alive, put the shed to house up here, and then, you know, once I'm selling 5,000 baby chicks every week, you know, we'll just put another cabin back there in the clearing further in the back. Keep the dream going. So practical to start off with sounds good. And so I think I found a good spot for the shed to house near the crooked tree. Still undecided on which way to put the driveway back there. I'll come out here again. No chainsaws or loppers or ribbons today. I gotta learn my land more. That's what I need to do. I know enough right now to, if a bulldozer or a forestry mulcher were to show up here tomorrow, I know which direction to point them in. So at least I know that much. And I can make more trips up here. It's only an hour away. All right, 5 o'clock. I'm gonna head off. Let's see if I can't get into a little bit more trouble tonight. I get to finally meet the Drifting Dreamers 5 in person.
Yeah, what's happening, brother?
Hey, and there's Dave with Come On Homesteading too.
Venmo.
I only got in a little bit of trouble over here. I heard that Mike and Lissa from Drifting Dreamers 5, link down below, was going to be here, and I haven't met them in real life, but now I have. So yeah, now I got to head out. They're going to have some more fun, but I got to get home by dark. And yeah, this is all cool. It's cool being back in this neighborhood. So thanks for watching. Thanks for everything, and take it easy.